Keyshawn Davis versus Gustavo Lemos, 10 rounds in the 135-pound division. This is taking place this Friday right in Keyshawn Davis's hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. This should be a really good fight, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into their respective records. Keyshawn Davis, 11 wins, no losses, 7 wins by way of knockout. Lemos, 29 wins, 1 loss, 19 wins by way of knockout. I like this fight for Keyshawn Davis. He's not trying to take the easy fights. Like, he wants those big fights. He's been talking about Tank. He's been talking about everybody because he thinks he is on that level right now. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. He believes it. That's the most important thing. So he's not taking easy fights, and this is not an easy fight. Lemos is a tough, gritty, respectful fighter, man. This is not an easy fight by no means. Lemos is trying to come into this fight and rob Keyshawn Davis of his homecoming fight, so to speak. He wants to ruin the night. Lemos is coming off of a hard-fought fight himself against another undefeated fighter in Richardson Hitchens, where a lot of people thought that Hitchens lost the fight. Hitchens is a wicked technical boxer, man. Got a wicked jab. It's sharp, it's snappy, it's fast, right? And part of what makes Hitchens such a really good fighter, really good boxer, is the fact that he can use that jab to help him create space between him and his opponent. Hitchens likes that mid-distance space where he can slip in and slip out and get out of danger where he needs to. Hitchens, to me, is just a pure boxer through and through. Pretty to watch if you like the sweet science of boxing. Yeah, he can punch a little bit. Yeah, he can be aggressive at times in spurts, but that's just not his style. He's not an inside fighter like that, right? He's going to stay on the outside and do what he needs to do to get the job done. But he'll pick you apart with that jab if you allow him to get comfortable and stay comfortable. Lemos is the complete opposite of that. You know, with him being a shorter fighter, he's got to close the gap, right? Like, he's got to get on the inside and he's got to get busy when he's there. Lemos is a very good inside fighter. He's got excellent conditioning, man, and doesn't really like to slow down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, against Hitchens, there were a couple rounds where he was just swinging at anything and everything, just trying to hit whatever was in front of him. And when he missed, it looked really bad. It looked really bad. But you could see Hitchens was slightly hesitant to take that risk to fire something back because he was worried about what hand was going to come after he got his shot off. That's the type of mystery that Lemos sometimes has, because you just never really know what he's going to try to do because he swings from all angles at any moment. So far, you know, that's what's helped him get all of those wins. So you got to be careful of that. You might try to counter with the right. Next thing you know, he comes over with the opposite hand and you get hit with a shot that you did not see coming. So I can understand why Hitchens was a little bit hesitant in moments. Lemos is going to take that risk. And this is a guy who, if he's going to lose a fight, that you got to knock him out. He's not going to lose a fight because he didn't throw enough. Right? He's going to take that risk. And he did not let Hitchens at any moment in this fight get comfortable. In that 8th round, man, it looked like he had Hitchenson hurt in that round. And he looked like he was going to upset the undefeated fighter. But Hitchens tied up when he needed to. As a smart, tired, hurt fighter should, you got to tie up and try to find a way to survive the round. But Hitchens, in that same round that he was hurt for most of that round, he finished the round strong and he fought back. Sometimes you got to throw out the sweet science of boxing and the game plan just a little bit and fight back and stand your ground. And Hitchens did that in key spots that helped him get the win in the end. Now, Keyshawn Davis, he's coming off of a hard-fought fight against Miguel Madueño in a fight where we arguably saw one of the best performances of his career, at least to me. You might not feel that way, but I am putting it in that category. Though he didn't get the stoppage, right? He was doing work in different ways. And it was an exciting fight because both guys were swinging heavy punches. Both guys were talking trash to each other. Both guys in the fight didn't really respect each other. All the showmanship and the gamemanship that they showed, which made it that much more exciting. Keyshawn looked sharp. Sharp like a razor, one might say. Felt like he was extremely accurate that night. The punch placement was excellent. It was placed well. It was snappy, had some good pop in them. The uppercuts were lethal, and I thought he countered well, right? Dueno is a tough, solid fighter. All the fights that he's had, he's never been stopped before. He can take a shot. He's got a ton of experience. And Keyshawn tactically fought his way to victory and looked really good doing it. Now, what I like about Keyshawn is he's got that switch to him. He's got that meanness to him that you always want a fighter to have. He's got that grit and he can dig if he needs to. He knows how to turn that switch on, turn that switch off a little bit, and get mean inside of the ring. But he also doesn't fight an emotional fight. He's a thinker inside of the ring, and Keyshawn's very calculated in what he does. I think he controls his energy very well throughout the fight. His conditioning is really good. I haven't seen him tired. I've seen him fight a little lackadaisical and not as sharp like when he fought Nahir Albright. Gave him a little bit of challenge in that fight. But this is going to test that conditioning as well, too, because he's going to have to let that grit show in this fight, man. Lemos is not coming to lay down. He could have definitely taken a lesser opponent for this fight in his hometown, but I like the risk that he is taking. I like the confidence. He's got the skills. I've said it before. He has all the makings to be a future champion down the road. He's trying to show out on this night. He's trying to prove that. And if he can come in and put on another spectacular performance like he did in his last fight, maybe even get the stoppage, he is going to climb that ladder to getting closer to that title shot in even bigger fights. But it's not going to be easy. Lemos is not just going to hand him the victory. So who wins? Before I give my pick on this fight, I have something real quick to share. I'm always looking to bring more light, more value, more opportunities for the community. I've been working on a few different things in recent weeks to not just grow the channel, but as I said, to continue to provide as much value as I can to each of you in our community. With that being said, I got some exciting news to share. I'm happy to announce my partnership with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert. It's a great opportunity for you to join some of the best sports books to get the best odds and new user offer. All you have to do is head over to my dedicated page at signupexpert.com/the breakdown to explore a selection of sports books tailored to your region, each with its own unique offerings. So if you want to place a bet this weekend and on this fight and beyond, check out the link to find the best options for you in your region. Every sign up does support the channel and it helps the channel grow and to expand and to create more opportunities, not just for me, but for our community. I'm always looking out for you guys as best as I can. You can easily find the link in the description below this videos moving forward. So get down there and check it out and find the best option for you. Now, let's get back to the video. Look, we know Lemos is coming to fight, right? We did not know too much about Lemos prior to when Lemos fought Hitchens, right? Because Lemos has fought predominantly most of his fight in his home country. But that was a fight that we saw like, this guy is no joke. This guy is heavy pressure. If you're not careful, he can take you out. Lemos, he's coming to fight. And he said in interviews as well, too, he's like, man, I hope Keyshawn doesn't come in and try to run. I don't think that's going to be the style of Keyshawn. That's not what he has been advertised for so far. Hitchens is a guy that doesn't really like to fight on the inside like that all the time. Keyshawn likes that inside type of fight. Like, he likes to stay in danger a little bit, and he's not afraid to fight fire with fire because, I actually think that type of fight motivates him a little bit and gets that energy up and that blood flowing a little bit more. He will fight fire with fire, and he's confident that he will come out on top when he is in that range. Do I think it's the greatest game plan to go in or the greatest mindset to have? I mean, it works for different people. But that's Lemos's type of style. I'm not saying Keyshawn can't beat Lemos at his own style. I'm expecting Keyshawn to showcase this inside fighting and also outside and showcase the full complete package that he does possess. But you don't want to fight too much of your opponent's style of fight that you forget your own game plan and forget what you have been working towards in training camp. But I am expecting that riskful Keyshawn Davis to be in this fight. Lemos is the aggressive fighter, made a living fighting on the inside. I don't see much of his adjustment going to change. He's going to try to make this thing a slugfest. So if Keyshawn isn't careful, it could work against him if he stays in that pocket too long. But at the same time, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for Keyshawn to land that uppercut that he likes to throw. Hitchens landed some really nice uppercuts against Lemos and caught him when he overcommitted, but he wasn't consistently doing that throughout the rounds. It's going to be a good fight, man. And you also have to add the added pressure that comes with fighting in front of your home crowd, the expectations to put forth a great performance, to show out in front of your friends, your family, and people that has seen you growing up. There is a pressure that does come into your head to overperform that it's not really the greatest performance. We've seen that happen a lot of times before. While the idea of fighting at home is great, it's spectacular, it doesn't always work well for the fighters because of pressure that comes with it. We've seen this happen many times before, but I think it's going to be a very good fight, man. I like Keyshawn Davis to win this fight by decision. I don't think the atmosphere is going to get to him. Obviously, we will see. We're just talking hypotheticals until we see how it happens or how he handles it. We don't know, but I am assuming he wants to put that show. He wants that pressure, and he's going to use the home crowd advantage to his advantage and give him that extra energy and confidence and belief to help him get the win on the night. I think he's going to fight a smart fight, a riskful fight, but I don't think he's going to go too far away from the actual game plan of what they're trying to do. I like Keyshawn Davis to win this fight by decision. So those are my thoughts. I would love to hear from you. How do you think this one goes? Who do you have winning? Let me know in the comment section below. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this on, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.